Thank you all for, oh wow, the audience just doubled, fantastic. Thank you all for coming. I know one of you is just here because it's nice and chilly in here, but the rest hopefully is here to listen a little bit to what I'm trying to cover today. What I want to do is keep this a little bit more engaging, so I figured I'll talk a little bit about Agentic AI in general, and it's going to be a little bit of a tutorial, kind of how we decompose, demystify Agentic AI, when we talk about tools and memory. During the panel, we had some of these conversations. I'm also going to show two examples, just to put a little bit of flesh on the skeleton, just to say this is how we actually use this at 9. Don't worry, this is not a commercial software pitch. Everything I show here is part of the open source analytics platform, so if you really want to, it's just to illustrate it. If you want to try it out, you can try these things out yourself. You download the analytics platform, open source, free. And then the real topic of this talk is really how can you make sure that an agent that has access to data doesn't abuse that data, right? There's always this risk of the agent doing strange things. We also briefly touched upon that during the panel. And I mean, I'm a data science guy at heart. I've been doing machine learning, fuzzy logic for a decade or a little bit longer. Dimitar knows better dates. But this, of course, kind of applies to other sensitive type of things as well, right? If your agent is controlling devices, robots, rockets, whatever, you probably don't want to give him, whatever you want to call it, the agent, full control without a little bit of supervision. So hopefully we'll walk out of today with a bit more of an idea how that can be modeled. Good. Building blocks for Agentic AI. Just 4 slides, just to put a bit of context into this, so we all talk about the same thing when we talk about Agentic AI. Usually when you talk to people, there's like, well, agents, and they somehow interact with the environment, and they have access to tools. And then if you dig a little bit deeper, then it looks like, well, there's another agent, and then it gets very confusing and you lose it. So the way we look at it at NIME, or like how I like to see agents, is there are really 4 ingredients. An agent has tools, and tools just get stuff done. The important part here is a lot of these tools is stuff we've been building for the last many, many years anyway. So it doesn't all have to have a Gen AI component LLM inside. A tool can be as simple as saying, aggregate these data sources for me, access this data source to me, or classify this image, or predict the next action, things that we've been doing pretty well in the past anyway. And I'd like to differentiate this to intelligent tools, and those are fundamentally tools that somewhere in there is a prompt that's doing something with an LLM. That could be things where LLMs are really good at, translating text, right? That's something 10 years ago we struggled with mightily how to do.